something we wanted to do that like it doesn't do. I was reading a thing where it was like,
Yeah, it's a good
if
point.
you take your iPhone now on a road trip, the car that you would have needed to pack everything that's in that phone, it doesn't exist. Like you could have the biggest tractor trailer in the world and it just wouldn't fit. Like if you just think about like the books alone or like the maps or the this or the whatever.
Did you guys, when the iPhone came out, were you guys sold on it right away, or did like
No.
somebody?
No, it's BBM.
Yeah,
BlackBerry?
loved my BlackBerry.
Yeah, you guys are. I should have known you guys were BlackBerry people. I was so
Oh my God,
on top
such a
of
BlackBerry.
the iPhone thing that 6 months before it came out, like Steve Jobs had a keynote presentation, and I watched that shit live, and so I knew that Apple was gonna have a phone coming out. And I was so pumped about it. Every day I'd go online and go on like the Apple message boards and be like, what are you guys gonna
my
do with your
gosh.
and like I
The
made
things
sure
people
that I
care
had the
about
days
can
off.
completely change your world.
I'm so
Like, I don't
I have a
care about
disease.
that at all.
I have a disease where I need to have the thing only things that click with me. Like I'm not like
Right.
like these new fucking Samsung foldable phones. They could go suck one, dude. I don't need one of those. But like when the iPhone came out, I could just see that it was marrying all these things that I've always wanted.
Yeah.
And I I got the day off and I waited overnight at an AT&T store. And I like put it was my girlfriend's birthday the next day. Everyone wanted to go camping. That's how fucking selfish I am. I was like, no, sorry guys, I got to get this iPhone. I've been looking forward to this for 6 months. Everyone's like, yeah, we want to go camping. I'm like, yeah, I can't. Maybe I'll meet you out.
This is before Jamie gave you that $350 a session therapist.
This is before
This
that.
is old selfish Kassem, you know.
And
when he
so
didn't know.
yeah, and to this day, I still feel like I made the right decision.
Yeah,
but
for
like,
sure.
yeah, the iPhone came out, and I remember like that day, like it was there was no app store. It was the slowest thing, but it was so far ahead of any other
It was a baby
phone.
computer in your hand.
I was so like, I would just go on the maps and be like, oh wow, like this I can like satellite pinch. I remember going like satellite view, pinch in, and just do
You know
what you
what
could
this
do on a.
this makes me think of? I was recently, God, I wish I knew exactly what it was, but Bo and I were watching an older movie like Space Jam or something. And he was like asking about the way a cell phone looked or something. And like, I started being like, yeah, when I was young, like, I think it was like, we didn't have YouTube and all these videos. Like you had to watch what was on television. There was no DVR.
Yeah.
You just had to like see you had to, if you knew something was going to be on, you were going to be home and make sure you were there to watch it. And I was like, oh shit. Like I'm already in that stage of my life where I can see how drastically different things are for my kid than it was for us.
Yeah. Yeah, analog childhood, digital adulthood is kind of how I grew up, how we grew up, right? It was like pre-cell phone. It was I mean, the internet.
I'm actually so glad we came up in that time. It was kind of cool to have a little bit of a memory of when you weren't so connected to things and people all the time.
We're the last of the generation of people who remembered what it was like to not have the internet.
We were happier, weren't we?
Oh, for sure. Christina P was talking about how she was watching like that Soleil Moon Fry documentary about like on Hulu, like
Is
the
that a
90s
fucking
kid.
Denny's menu item or like what is?
No, Soleil
Punky
Moon Fry
Brewster.
was Punky Brewster.
Oh, is that her name?
And she was saying like you watch these people in the 90s and it was like when they weren't doing anything, they were just kind of like staring off into space or like you were really like
They're in their world.
Yeah, and like you were like wondering about light, and like when the camera would go to them, they weren't like, "Oh my God, do I look like worried about the way they looked or this?" Like it was just kind of like they looked at the camera the same way you look at like a stranger or like it was just now when you point a camera at people, they're like, "Oh my God," like especially people who like have a following or whatever. Like it's like, no, I need like I've got to make sure I'm perfect right now, and like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what if I wasn't online, like before on like the internet happened and like we started fucking around with AOL chat rooms and like trading nudes with probably other dudes, it was just I was playing video games as much as possible. So even before the internet, I was still glued to some sort of screen, computer screen or TV screen and playing video games. I've always kind of been addicted to that, you know, just like I gotta have screens. Like you walk into my house, in my office at any moment, there's like 3 to 4 screens going at once.
But now you see kids like running around the schoolyard, and like half the kids in the schoolyard are on their phones, like high school.
Yeah,
shit like that.
I haven't
That's
been near a
crazy.
schoolyard, but I did see something where somebody filmed their last day in high school. I'm like, yeah, I'm wondering what you've been up to. There's a home video from like the 90s. Somebody filmed their last day in high school. It was like 1999 or 98 or something. And
That's when I graduated.
Yeah,
99.
And it's just this like time capsule of what people were wearing. Like one person brought a video camera, and then that person, like everyone's like, ooh, look, like a video camera, you know, like you know, they'd see the guy and be like, like they'd do, like, you know, they'd have to act for the camera or do something because like, oh, whoa, like that's gonna be there forever. But now, you know, you walk around with like your phone, people are just like talking as loud, FaceTiming, and like, you know, in public, and it's just, it's so different. But you know, obviously everything's gonna change. But the the thing I really liked is like the style that was so distinctly 90s. It's like for sure back now. I see what I saw kids wearing in that video. I see like people wearing now, you know, like kind of baggy, like windbreakers, you know, high-waisted jeans. I'm kind of here for it. But guys like you just stay level, you know, classic hairstyle. What you wear is just going to carry you through every
Rob's
decade.
had a couple of hairstyles.
My hair is always changing because I just don't care.
I'm just you right now. Yeah, I've seen the
you
photos
need a trim?
of you doing.
Do I? I don't.
Are you waiting
you
to
still
come
cut it
see me in
yourself?
Austin for a trim?
Yeah, yeah. I need Amy Lee.
One of our most viewed Instagram videos.
Wait, here's okay. So I'm happy you brought the whole thing up about you waiting outside